Hello there! Today's video is going to be one of a different kind. I'm going to show some of my latest art pieces. If you didn't know, I also do a lot of art. I'm going to show you my little workspace. Now, this is not clean. If you're an artist, you know the drill. There's a whole bunch of canvases. There's just a spot with some miscellaneous stuff. This is my sewing area. I also quilt. Well, mainly because I don't have enough hobbies. There are some of my Etsy packing supplies, yoga ball, cat bed. And then here's some tables to dry on. Here's some more of my art supplies. Some more arty stuff over there. So, here's my art studio. Fizz, guarding the door from intruders. So, what I wanted to show everyone is the acrylic pour paintings are very popular these days. And this is one that I have done. I already have this varnished and this is ready to go. I think I'm going to try to sell some of these on Etsy. This one here is on wood. But yeah, here's one of my latest pieces. Here's another one. I think this one kind of looks like a waterfall. But this is some abstract acrylic paintings. They're called pour paintings. This one's also on a piece of wood. I'm going to take a moment to show you guys something else I did in the last few weeks. It was for Jason's birthday, and I'll talk about it here. This is a few pictures of the charcoal drawing I did for Jason's birthday. Each year I do a different deer scene in a different medium. Like I said, this year I chose charcoal, and this is just a few different pictures throughout the drawing process. This one here, it's almost completely done. I just have to do some fluff and sparkle. Of course, I added some background touches here. But then I decided to get it matted at Michael's, and we ended up putting it on our living room wall, and this is what it looks like all matted. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so before I start my painting over what I've already done, I'm going to go over some of my materials. Because if you've never done this before and you want to try it, you might want a base. I'm going to link a couple of YouTubers down below that I watch. One, it's a girl named Molly. And then the other one, is her name Angie or Marge? I don't know. She's got a foreign accent. I know she's got red hair because sometimes you can see it. But she's really good. If you want to recreate this, I suggest you go to their channels and actually learn how they mix some of these paints, because I'm just winging it. So, okay, first you're going to see we're going to cover the background with a white. This is pre-mixed, but I started using my expensive white paints and I go through it way too fast. So this is the white paint I'm using now. I get it at Michael's. I try to use coupons. This is already mixed, and with my paint, and all of these paints, I add a additive called Flow Aid. And I'm actually running out of this, so all these paints only have a little bit of Flow Aid in them. And then we also have this big guy. It's called Flood or Floetrol. So it's like a paint conditioner that I added to all of these, and it helps your paints move better. And then I also, with my little, you don't want to add too much water, so I just spray some water in, because you want these to be pretty liquidy. It's hard to show. See how that drips? Nice. Kind of flows off your stir stick there. You want it to drip nicely. If it sticks to your stir stick and doesn't like drip off nicely, it's not going to flow and move. So you definitely want your consistency correct. Now to my base colors, to my white base color, I don't add any silicone, but to these other colors, I have added a few drops of this. And this is just an acrylic pouring oil. This will help make nice cells in here. And yeah, some of the paints I use, like I said, I'm already a painter, so I have dozens of different kinds of paints. But for my navy, I mixed this blue, this is just dark blue, and some black, because I didn't want black in these. Sometimes it's a little harsh, so I made my own navy with that. Now for this teal color, oh, this might be a little too thick. No. Yeah, this is a little too thick for me, so what I'm going to do is, I know I've already got a lot of flow mediums in here. I'm just going to squirt a little bit of water there and loosen this up a bit. And sometimes when your paint sits too long, it seems to dry out. You've got a dry environment. A little better. We'll see how it works. Might have to loosen it up a little more. Well, anyway, in this cup, we've just got some cheap paint. This is Teal Sea. I normally like to mix my own colors because I think it makes your painting more interesting. However, this just happens to be the exact color I was looking for, so I didn't need to mix anything. Now for this next guy, I started out with raw sienna. And I'm like, oh, that's not really fun. So then I added some other marigold color, and then I thought it was too yellow. So then I ended up taking some burnt sienna in this to warm it up and darken it up a little bit. So that seems to be what happens. I'll put something in the cup and change it 8 times, get some strange color that I can't recreate. And then I always like to put gold in my paintings, and gold seems to be, or metallic paints are really hard for me to mix correctly. Already this doesn't seem to be flowing as well as it once was. But anyway, this is just, I just got this from Amazon. I got 6 bottles for like $13.99. I'm just having trouble finding a good metallic paint that flows well. I'm struggleville with that. Let's see if I can loosen this up at all. Yeah, that's better. That's dripping nicer. Okay. All right, so that is how I mix my paints. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I am still in my learning process of these pours. I went over that. Oh, something else that you're going to want to have is a torch. I got this at Lowe's. I searched my Walmart for one of these because I know you can make creme brulees and stuff out of them in the baking section, and I couldn't find it, so I had to go to Lowe's. You can get them on Amazon. For all that we're doing, you can get a cheap one. I also have used my emboss gun thing. It only blows out air, so it moves your painting, your fluid, and your paints a little bit, which depending on what kind of pour you're doing, that might turn out well, and it might give you a really cool effect. Depending, I will use my little embosser. But typically I just like this because it just comes out as a flame. It doesn't move my paint around, and it just breaks the silicone. So what it does is it heats up that silicone and brings them to the top and kind of bursts them to give you cells and neat looking designs. So that's what I'm using today. Like I said, I've just got some other things, some water handy. I've got extra stir sticks. I've got straws just in case I need to blow a little area more. I know I'm forgetting something, but let me clean up my area and we'll get into it, okay?